bright sun up here at DFH Stadium. The eggs have packed the stadium and we are ready to get some European Rocket League underway. Gibbs yesterday accused Jnaps of being a vampire.
Yep.
And then today just called Devo ugly in front of 50,000 people. He is on a roll right now, but I do like his idea of Europe tag teaming Dignitas. Take down the Dynasty together as a group. This is something me and my friends used to do when we would play like Airsoft and stuff, or play like Nerf Wars or something like that. I'd be like, that guy's got the best gun. That guy's really good over there. Hey, how about we all gang up on him? And then my plan was, as soon as we killed him, to take out the next biggest gun. But we would just work down the line.
There's one problem: not all the teams are playing at the same time.
It's true. It's not 18 players versus 3.
Exactly.
It's not. It doesn't. The strategy doesn't quite work. But I like the idea. Let's see if they can do it.
It is definitely a way to approach the thing. But I'm actually quite excited to get to see Mummy Snow in the RLCS as well. He had such a fantastic rival series. A brilliant striker, had a great offensive year, and I'm hoping that now that he's on FNATIC, I'm really hoping that him and Maestro get to drive the offense and really get to show what I think we all wanted out of FNATIC last season.
For sure, and Mummy Snow was a big part of that win that FNATIC got over Dignitas just about 6 days ago. They competed against each other, and it really, I went back and we watched the match and was trying to figure out, like, what happened here? How did Dignitas lose to FNATIC? And I'm going to be honest, it looked to me like FNATIC just wanted the win more. Dignitas, they took it in Game 5. Dignitas had the lead 3-1 with 1 minute and 38 seconds left to go. This looks done. This is a done deal. And
How hard could it be?
They stopped playing clean Rocket League, and Mummy Snow wanted this victory, got them into overtime, and took it.
And it's going to be a great showing as well, because it's always fun to get to see Dignitas play, despite them losing 6 days ago. They mentioned it. It's really hard to beat them twice in a row. So I don't know if this quite counts as the same thing, of course, like they said. But really excited to get to see K-Dop and Violent Panda and Turbo Pulse back on the pitch for the season. Let's get it going.
Let's do it. Game 1, match 1 of the European RLCS here. FNATIC in the orange, Dignitas in the blue in a best of 5 to take that first W here. We get underway. Maestro down. Violent Panda with a shot. Can Snasky get there in time? Sure can. Good placement from Violent Panda, and Dignitas is already on the board.
Definitely not the start you were hoping for if you were FNATIC. Snasky had a pretty decent position. Started heading out a little bit early, though. Still think he could have made that one. Probably should have came up with a touch there to at least kick it off the post. But either way, Dig will take what they get. That's a freebie for him.
A long car on both sides. Snasky driving the Dominus, and Turbo Pulsa rocking the brand new Maverick. Had quite a few Mavericks this weekend. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He's also LFT, apparently. Looking for another team. Not happy with the one he's got that's won 2 World Championships in a row. And they'll keep playing here. Another shot in. That's K-Dop going to score another one. Dignitas up 2-0 in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, FNATIC all kind of give ground out of the midfield here as they rotate back, and Snasky just doesn't get that all the way out to the corner. Mummy Snow went for the boost. Maestro went for the boost on the other side of the pitch, and no one was in that net. It was all on Snasky to make a perfect touch.
Now, FNATIC needing to figure out what they're doing wrong. They haven't even been on offense once today. Just K-Dop already up in the corner again, looking to pass to Violent Panda. Gets interrupted by Snasky. Turbo Pulsa waiting for Maestro's touch. Moving to the corner, K-Dop and Turbo Pulsa kind of tag teaming this one across their own net. There's no shot in from FNATIC. Now Snasky back towards the box. Turbo Pulsa comes in an oblong rotation. K-Dop will get it over the top of Mummy Snow. Now Dignitas back up on offense. Here comes K-Dop with the shot on the goal. Snasky getting pressured by Turbo Pulsa there on the front line, and it's 3-0 for Dignitas.
Yeah, they had to win this challenge out of the midfield. Maestro just didn't get on top of that ball enough. Turbo had him beat, and he even went high, so there was no chance of Maestro getting through that midfield line, and it was all on Snasky. And like you said, pressure from Dignitas in front of the box.
Absolutely able to get up 3 goals already in the first minute. Game number 1 starting to run away. Shot off, kickoff, defended by Maestro, and Snasky will play it out and across the field. K-Dop now out of his corner. He's past one. Turbo Pulsa using the brand new motor mouth engine as well.
Of course he is.
Great sound.
He posted about it on Twitter.
It's beautiful. Violent Panda now up on the front line, gets it on the back wall. Turbo Pulsa takes a shot. Mummy Snow blocks it, but Violent Panda puts a shot back on target. This time Maestro gets it away. The shot was wide.
Ooh, good.
Bumps Maestro away. Now Mummy Snow with Snasky. Turbo Pulsa makes the defense, gets it out.
Big challenge from Turbo Pulsa as well. It was a great job from FNATIC to get through that midfield line. They poked through 2 players. They had a 2-on-1, and Turbo Pulsa, no fear, just went out and met him.
Mummy Snow to Maestro, a nice pass back to Mummy. Gets it into the corner. Will be K-Dop back over. Now Snasky up. K-Dop lofts into the corner. Violent Panda and Turbo both a little bit back there, but Turbo Pulsa moved in quickly. Now up on the wall, hoping to pass to Violent Panda. Can't get the flick off the wall, but Mummy Snow misses. Maestro kind of has to loft the ball to buy time, and K-Dot moves in quickly. Snasky now back down the field to be Turbo to get this one away from his own goal. Mummy Snow, another shot. Maestro, the follow-up sends it wide, and K-Dot and Violent Panda tag team this one back into the orange. Approaching halftime here, and it's still 3-0 for Dignitas, but a few more opportunities on offense here for FNATIC.
Yeah, they are getting a couple of chances. The problem is they're pushing onto that Dignitas half of the field, but the follow-up isn't quite there. They just had one attempt versus Turbo where he didn't quite get the cleanest clear, but the follow-up was coming from too far away, and it's such an odd angle that they haven't really put any very dangerous shots towards the net yet.
K-Dop wins the challenge on the wall, gets it past one, but Maestro picks it up, and this time holds on to the ball to flick it past Violent Panda and have that follow-up. Gets it past him again, but Turbo Pulsa come out of net. Gets it into the corner. Now Snasky with a pass across the middle. K-Dop's there first and clears it all the way down. Maestro on the retreat, grab boost, and gets it past K-Dop in the air. 2 minutes on the clock here as Turbo Pulsa up towards K-Dop, just rotating back. Maestro puts it back to Turbo, who actually plays it back to his own net. K-Dop will pick it up. Functions well as a back pass, and they wrap it all the way around the field. Violent Panda onto the backboard. K-Dop will drop this one down. Can Maestro drop in time? Snasky comes in from out of nowhere to get that one away. Violent Panda, the pressure's still on here. He and Turbo Pulsa both have two options. What are they going to do? Nothing. They're going to watch it go in. 4-0 Dignitas.
At first I thought there was going to be a double commit because Violent Panda just goes for this one, and he probably calls Turbo off, but Turbo's a gent, says, here you go, Violent Panda. Let's make sure you get something for your efforts, and a well-deserved fourth goal. But I like what I'm seeing out of Dignitas. They had that 3-goal lead, and they've immediately become a much more passive team. If you remember in the first couple of minutes of this game, they were pressuring FNATIC on their own half a lot, but now they know they've already got the lead. It's a comfortable one. They don't have to take any crazy risks, and they're just making sure they play solid midfield defense.
Tighten up the rotation, just keep one man back in their own half. Make sure they don't get scored on. And what do you do if you're FNATIC in a play like that? Turbo Pulsa shooting the ball on to Violent Panda. The most shortest of redirects. He was right in front of their own net. So difficult to read.
You hope he misses.
That's exactly. Just pray. Comes K-Dop, flip over towards Violent Panda. Responded by Maestro. Snasky. For Mummy, he's not going to find that one. Here comes Violent Panda out of the corner. Mummy puts it off the wall, and here comes Maestro. Challenge goes in FNATIC's favor. With 1 minute left to go, down by 4. This game all but over. This Dignitas going to secure 1 win. And just need 2 more to get the sweep on FNATIC.
Really a textbook game from Dignitas.
Oh, Maestro tried to put it in. Mummy Snow takes a shot, and it gets tapped away by K-Dop. Violent Panda back in. Mummy Snow's there. He will find the shot. Excellent placement here to get it past the defense.
Mummy Snow gets to flex the muscles a little bit here right in front of the net. Violent Panda a little bit just not quite realizing that that ball just got touched from over there. Probably shouldn't clear it right back. Yeah. And he pretty much handed it right back to Mummy Snow. He says, if you insist.
It's like, thanks. I'll take a second try. Appreciate it. Violent Panda, though, right off of kickoff. First non-neutral touch goes deep in the FNATIC territory. This Turbo will play it past 1. Demolished an enemy land there. Maestro can't get the ball away from Violent Panda, though. Puts it across the midfield, and Snasky another demolition. Just removing this front line of Dignitas. Will help keep the shots away. But defense isn't going to win them the game at this point. With 7 seconds left, this one will be a Dignitas win. FNATIC put up a valiant effort, but really at no point had control of this game.
Yeah, it all came down to those final 2 minutes or so for FNATIC, and because Dignitas was really letting them have the ball and bring it down onto that half. The problem is there wasn't really any bite to that aggression over on the Dignitas half. It was all very controlled rotations for Dignitas. They didn't get in each other's way really ever on defense. They always had a pretty comfortable amount of boost between all 3 of them, and it was a pretty easy way to close out the game. It really came after that 2.5 minute mark. They're like, all right, I'm just going to sit on our half, and if you want to score, you're going to have to do something crazy.
Going to have to bring it at us here. 4 goals from Dignitas, 2 scored by K-Dop, 2 scored by Violent Panda, and all of them assisted by Turbo Pulsa, a world-class team here. 2 world championships under their belt and chasing down that 3rd one right now. The closest thing we've got to a dynasty here in Rocket League. They were talking about memes on the desk about the meme team, yes. And with the introduction of the Rocket Pass, they've introduced a significant number of new titles you can have in the game.
Yes.
And right now, K-Dop is rocking his RLCS Season 5 World Champion banner, one of the most prestigious, very serious banners, titles you can have in the game, while Violent Panda is the calculator, and Turbo Pulsa is absolute madman.
Turbo Pulsa would be the absolute madman.
Absolutely.
If he was going to be any of them, he absolutely would be. But Because, I mean, why not? They already said they would go form a meme team with a lot and Greasy.
He's living up to it. I feel like that it properly ranks the meminess of each of those people. You know, like it's like it goes in descending order from RLCS World Champion to the Calculator, okay, to Madman. Of all the madmen in the world, I am the absolute.
See, what you really have to hope for is Slock when he's tracking these. Slock is also walking around with the Calculator.
Yeah, just sitting there just with his TI.
Exactly.
84.
But in game number 2, hoping for FNATIC, they're going to have to figure out a way to get through that Dignitas midfield line. And it all starts with, I think it really comes down to the kickoff game, because Dignitas very good gaining possession off of a kickoff. They always get a fairly neutral one or something in their favor. They very rarely lose a kickoff or have a bad kickoff. And I think if FNATIC's going to want to have success, they're going to have to start off with a decent kickoff, have a pretty good follow-up. And the problem is kickoffs are the most controlled aspect.
I was talking to Espion about this the other day. There's the least amount of variables. So in that regards, it's the most controlled environment. But because there are the least amount of variables, everybody is the most on the same page, which brings it down to the most rock paper scissors moment. It's the kind of there's the most. It's not RNG, but it feels like it, because it is truly. I'm just trying to read what you're trying to do, and you're trying to outread what I'm doing, and then the ball goes in a direction neither of us want. So it is very difficult to control. And I do agree, midfield control, winning solo one-on-one competition, winning the 1v1 challenges, so that you can gain that midfield control is a big thing. I think one thing that would also help, maybe going for a bit more of the demos, sending players up and being aggressive. We saw Snasky being pretty effective at it in his own half. If he was able to replicate that sort of effect in the enemy territory, I think they would have a very good chance of scoring on Dignitas.
And the problem with that is you really have to make sure you have the resource and the timing to make that work. And they did get a couple of chances that later in that match when Dignitas was letting them come onto their own half. They're like, all right, you have the ball, you can do whatever you want. And that's when they had a chance to do that.
For sure. And I mean, the thing for me, I mentioned it yesterday in North America, Dignitas versus NRG is kind of the thing right now. Like, I feel like for both these teams, like, they've won their respective regions multiple times. They've gotten to that championship game. They've gotten very, very close, or they've been there multiple times in the case of Dignitas. For me, with NRG, it's all about facing off against Dignitas. You can tell you, like, it was a crazy matchup. If you missed the World Championship, you missed the best Rocket League that's ever happened. NRG came out blazing against Dignitas. It was a crazy game, and for me, it's just about seeing these two teams match up again.
It would be an absolute treat to get a rematch, and I think both teams probably would be okay with that. And whoever won that one, they'd be like, okay, a well-deserved win for whichever team came out on top. And last year it happened to be Dignitas. And NRG, I remember Garrett. He said, look, I'm not stopping until I get that trophy.
Yep, he said that a few seasons ago, and he's still pushing for it here. And the games you're watching here, this is from yesterday. If you missed North American League play, this was the NRG Raffle Stomp over FlyQuest, a very, very kind of one-sided matchup. And also one of the prettiest matchups we had. I think we had the fewest octanes on the field that I've seen in a long time.
And there's nothing quite like car variants and, of course, classic T-Rex explosions. It had all the memes without, if you couldn't put memes in words.
The visual memes.
Visual memes, which I suppose are most of them.
Memes for your eyes.
There we go. Meme candy?
Memes for your eyes without Roman letters anywhere on the... I don't know. That was a stretch. Garrett G was pretty insane. There was some great goals. Let's take a look at the standings here from North America right now. Just, I mean, everybody's played once or twice here. Allegiance there, finishing out at 5th as they were able to get a win over FlyQuest. FlyQuest, the only team to go 0-2 on the day. So a good start from Allegiance getting the win over their fellow promoted team there, but then struggling against NRG as just about anybody else would.
Yeah, but of course Cloud9 and G2 at the top. They went 3-0 yesterday, so they're ahead on the game differential column. NRG right behind them. They dropped 1 to FlyQuest, but we saw some good stuff out of Allegiance yesterday. It was good to see them kind of shy away from that defensive aspect of their play and really try and push for something offensive. Didn't quite work versus G2, but it was nice to see, and it bodes well for them later on.
For sure. And as I'm remembering things here, too, as well, FlyQuest got a win off of NRG. We were expecting it to be a 3-0. I said that it was a very one-sided affair, and it did actually even back out there. The first game was very one-sided for NRG, but everything else was decently close. But the North American... The 3-time North American champs were able to get that win under their belt cleanly. So game 2 here on Urban Central. See how FNATIC responds. Had a little bit of a longer break there.
And it's all about, do they gain ball control early on in the game? Because Dignitas really ramped up the pressure early on.
They won that first kickoff handily, but the backline defense of Dignitas was able to avoid it becoming a goal, and a demolition from Violent Panda. Can he keep it in front of the box? No, Snasky gets it away, and now there's a demolition on a Turbo Pulse. It'll be all to K-Dop. So he gets this one out. Back over to the side. Mummy's now with a response. Looking to build some offensive pressure. Looked for Violent Panda in net and didn't find him. The follow-up shot from Snasky is high. And Turbo Pulse gains ball control. Now Maestro taking it away, putting it back over and into the corner. Looking to see if he can pass to a teammate. Snasky sitting in front of the goal, and now he's gone. The demo game's been huge.
But this is a chance here for FNATIC. They've got ball control. Do they hang on to it? Can they stop these clears? But that demo game, making these challenges a little bit later, might give just enough of an opening for Dignitas to get out. There it is.
Violent Panda over into the corner. Mummy Snow follow, shadow this ball up onto the wall. Now coming off of it, holding on to it here through the air. Nearly wins the challenge with Turbo Pulsa. And Snasky will punt to K-Dop. Now the response up the field. Turbo Pulse is airborne, but Maestro gets it away in time.
Turbo Pulsa feeling like he can get away with a little bit, I think.
Coming up here, wins this challenge, went very neutral, and then carries over the top of Mummy Snow, who got bumped by K-Dop. Now into the corner. He's got Violent Panda in the midfield. Can he get it to him here? Looks to try and pass it, maybe pinch it there in the corner.
And I think
that get through. Here comes K-Dop with a shot to the far side, and it'll get cleared away.
And I think it was a good play from Violent Panda to really try and meet Turbo Pulsa halfway there, because if Turbo just tries to get that out, FNATIC have all the time in the world to read where that's going and really shut that play down. So Violent Panda, sometimes it pays to go give your teammate a helping hand, even if they're stuck in the corner.
Turbo Pulsa coming down. Snasky holds onto the ball and gets the pass over to Maestro, but K-Dop intercepts it at the point of contact. Violent Panda continues it into the orange. Now Turbo Pulsa lurked in the midfield, looking for the shot. He cuts over to the corner. K-Dop now in the lurk. He'll go up for the shot. Mummy Snow gets grounded, and K-Dop makes the shot.
And K-Dop was actually waiting to see if Mummy Snow was going to have him beat to that ball. K-Dop knew Mummy Snow had him. I think Mummy Snow just wasn't
backflipped.
Yeah, but he had 100 boosts, and it was surprising to see him take so long to even think about trying to jump for that ball. And K-Dop was even waiting. He's like, you have me beat. It's all yours if you want it. But Mummy Snow just didn't go up, and K-Dop took it from him.
The lightning quick reaction to realize he has an opportunity. The world champ here takes it. Dignitas leading 1-0 in the series, and now 1-0 in the game as well. The pass here to Violent Panda. The shot goes high, and Snasky gets the clear. And they're lucky Violent Panda missed. Nobody was in a good position to save it. Snasky looks for the pass. Mummy bringing pressure in net. None of it works out here for FNATIC. K-Dop puts this one up high. Violent Panda lurks at midfield, now moving in. Wins the challenge against Mummy Snow on second touch, but Maestro has the response. Now Turbo pulls it over to the side. He's got K-Dop in the midfield, but Snasky gets it past both of them. Onto the backboard cleanly. There's no follow-up there from FNATIC.
And these passes from FNATIC trying to cover too much of the field, and Dignitas is already inside of these passing lanes, so they're not having much trouble really cutting them down.
I mean, it feels like the passes are maybe almost coming too fast here from FNATIC as they're getting the passes off. They're getting onto the backboard cleanly, but there's just no one there to take advantage of it. Their rotation isn't matching the speed of their contact. Maestro over to the side. K-Dop will play it away to Turbo. Adds some pace to the ball, gets it back to midfield, nearly gets a second touch on it. So Mummy Snow and Snasky were both up for that, but they keep that ball lofted, and they'll buy a lot of time to get grounded, get juiced back up. Mummy Snow now in the corner.
Nice fake challenge there from Violent Panda. Buy a couple extra seconds to let the defense reset for Dignitas, and more importantly, he won his team possession.
Maestro now with 1:35 left on the clock. It's still just a Dignitas one-goal game. Tries to get in front. Turbo Pulse is clear, isn't the best, but K-Dop has the follow-up. It's over to the corner and gets it past Snasky on the wall. Mummy Snow up. His touch goes straight down the middle. Violent Panda sends it back up. Can K-Dop get the bump on Snasky? He tried, but it was Maestro who gets the save. Now Turbo Pulse in. The 1v1 game going more and more cleanly in Dignitas' favor. Mummy Snow airborne. Oh, a double demolition there in the box. Violent Panda will clear it away just fine.
But you're seeing what's making Dignitas such a difficult team to beat, because they're so good at reading where the next touch is going that they rarely get a pass out for free against them.
Turbo Pulsa here in the final minute. Coming off the backboard, carries over the top of Mummy Snow. And Violent Panda actually takes the ball control away from Turbo, hands it to Snasky, and they'll take a long shot down that K-Dop saves. Violent Panda pass one. Mummy Snow now playing up. Snasky looking for Turbo in net. Doesn't find him, but Mummy going to try and zone him again. They just need the one goal. Plenty of time to work with here. As Snasky puts it onto the backboard, and Violent Panda sends it back. It does go towards Mummy Snow. Gets the pass to Snasky. Can't make the shot happen. They nearly were able to capitalize on the poor clear off the backboard.
And Dignitas getting dangerously close to each other in the net. Communication having to be very important so that they don't double commit and bump each other.
Oh, K-Dop's touch goes down in the middle, but Mummy had already moved into the corner. Turbo's able to keep it in midfield. 12 seconds left. Maestro tries to come out. Violent Panda wins the 50-50. Mummy Snow onto the backboard, and K-Dop just get it away from Snasky. Nearly gets the shot off as they drop it back down, and they nosed right there. Maestro and K-Dop run straight into each other. As Maestro had an opportunity at the shot, but K-Dop shuts it down. Dignitas now up 2 games.
It's right at the end, and Dignitas, again, under a lot of pressure at the end of the game, this time for a completely different reason. FNATIC able to earn possession, but Dignitas really got locked in right in front of their net. They couldn't really spread the field too much, and there was that one instance, that clear from the corner that went right into the midfield that you were talking about, where Mummy Snow already split off to go get boost. And that was really the moment where you felt like if FNATIC was really going to put Dignitas in a bad spot, it was going to be right there, but unfortunately the resources weren't quite there for them.
Oh, and Dignitas put up double-digit shots last game, only 4 here. Significantly more even play, as we saw FNATIC able to gain ball control in enemy territory a bit more often, and it wasn't just FNATIC scoring all the time. It wasn't just FNATIC up in their offensive zone the whole time here. So 4 shots from Dignitas, but only 1 went in on both sides, and that's the only one that mattered.
Yeah, and FNATIC had that one chance right at the end, went off the post, unfortunate. So the finishing still not quite as clean as we'd like to see it, unfortunately, but they still played a much better game than game number 1. FNATIC, I'm sure, are far more satisfied with this result in game 2 despite the loss, and saying, all right, look, we stopped a lot of the early pressure. We were able to break out of our own half and give ourselves a couple of chances. It's just a matter of putting it in the back.
I think maybe starting to rely maybe a bit more on Mummy Snow might be the answer here for FNATIC. He was a huge part of their win a few days ago against Dignitas. Allow him to be aggressive, allow him to move up. He doesn't seem to be leading their offensive push that often. I would like to see him maybe getting involved a bit more.
Well, here's his chance to try and get possession, but Violent Panda right on top of things from the start.
All the way back down. Dignitas on offense once more here in the beginning of game 3. Snasky back. K-Dop pops it over the top of one. A bump from Turbo and net. Can Violent Panda make the shot? He does. A great team play from Dignitas, and they've got the lead.
And Turbo Pulsa decided so early to go for this. He saw that that was not a good clear from Snasky, and he said, that's right towards both of my teammates. I don't even know if we're going to gain possession. I'm just going to see if we can make something happen. And Turbo just says, I'm going to hit him. You guys do whatever you need to do. And they got possession, and Violent Panda, perfect shot.
The risk pays off. Dignitas has everything they need to get the sweep on FNATIC. Skate out back to the corner. Turbo Pulsa. Much contact there, but Violent Panda will get it away, and Turbo Pulsa is able to move in after the demolition. Skate up off the wall. Interesting positioning there. He was expecting a different touch from FNATIC as Snasky puts this onto his own backboard. Maestro's not in a great position. Turbo Pulsa tries to get it through, nearly puts it into the goal. Dignitas holding on to offensive pressure for now. Mummy Snow will finally get this one back out a little bit to midfield, and Snasky will be able to play it up neutral. He'll dodge a bullet there. Dignitas nearly able to put on a second goal. Now back up on offense again. Violent Panda onto the backboard. K-Dop looks at it, respects the positioning of FNATIC, but nobody went for the ball. Missed opportunity.
FNATIC, they were all stuck right on the ground. They are at the mercy of Dignitas. As that one towards the middle, easy save for Violent Panda.
Snasky in his own corner being challenged by Violent Panda. Gets over the top of one as Turbo Pulsa gets a second demolition. K-Dop drops it in. Similar play, different shooter this time. Dignitas up 2-0.
It's a great challenge from Turbo Pulsa, just forcing Snasky to put that ball somewhere else instead of where he wanted it. And he had to get this weak touch off the corner. Unfortunately, Snasky's car on top of that wasn't facing a good direction to follow it up, and Dignitas jumped on that chance immediately.
Turbo Pulsa in net, the name of the game for Dignitas here in game 3. Snasky with no pressure. Able to hold on to ball control, get it past K-Dop. Got challenged by Turbo, but now Mummy down the field. He's just got Violent Panda in front of him. Interference from Turbo makes Violent Panda's job easy. K-Dop now will play it back down the field. He's got Turbo in the midfield. So they move up, and failed contact from FNATIC. K-Dop tries to push it through. Mummy will drop it to Maestro. He's got Violent Panda in front of him, gets the flick over him, holds on to ball control, but Turbo pulls it into challenge. And now Violent Panda past the back line. He'll get the double tap in. 3-0 for Dignitas as they're starting to run away with it.
And this was just one heck of a challenge from Turbo Pulsa, coming from well off the ball. Had to read the touch as well, and I think all of FNATIC kind of caught a little bit off guard that it was such a clean win from Turbo, especially when you take into account the strange angle that he came at. Heck of a challenge.
Did a great job there. Played the shadow defense properly. Skate-Up gets this one out into the midfield. It'll be a FNATIC ball. Yeah, tries to respond. Snasky and Maestro will position this one back into their favor. Violent Panda flicks this one nice and high. Earns himself a Savior medal. Turbo Pulsa Over to the side, here comes Violent Panda, pass one, dropping back down, Turbo Pulsar should be able to put it on target, but Maestro comes in from the side, makes the save, and gets the transition back out with right here at halftime, looking for the first goal for FNATIC. So get it in front of the box, Snasky can't make the shot happen as Turbo Pulsar gets it back away. Now back down the field,
wow.
Dignitas pressuring in front of the goal.
I was about to say, surprising to see Dignitas press so hard with a 3-goal lead. They were all edging towards that top left corner of the box, and I think they all, at the exact same time, kind of realized, all right, hang on, we don't need to do this, and 2 of them ran away.
Backed off a bit, still able to keep the ball in the corner for another 15 seconds or so. Snasky passes this one towards the box. Maestro's got this save. Forgot the shot, gets saved away. Okay, now back down. Violent Panda feels backflip there. Maybe respecting the position of Dignitas, maybe a mechanical error. Now a double commit in net. An opportunity for FNATIC as Maestro will look for the pass across to Snasky and gets intercepted by Turbo right back into the orange. Not able to make use of that defensive error from Dignitas.
It's that same thing though. The passes, the distance is too close to Dignitas when they're going across the pitch. They're already inside the passing lanes and they're not far enough away to have no chance at it. Dignitas are not ones to hesitate. If they get a chance, they'll go for it.
Turbo passed one. Maestro up, passing to Snasky, gets a pass K-Dop, now just 1 in goal. Violent Panda, can he get the save here? Maestro tries to put it in, 2 misses from FNATIC, and now it's Turbo's ball straight down the field, gets it past the back line. Mummy comes in from the side and makes the save, but they don't need saves right now. The time's starting to tick away. With 1:12 left, a 3-goal comeback is going to be a very difficult feat here for FNATIC, especially as they get pressured. Again, K-Dop drops 1 more in, make it 4.
That's what I like to call the Rocket League frame trap right here on Maestro. He's just trying to block the shot from Turbo Pulsar, and he's just falling off the back wall, hoping that he can make contact because he has no chance to readjust how he's coming off that back wall. And K-Dop just says, I don't have to do too much, just get it on frame, we'll be all right.
Maestro gave it his all. Mummy Snows made some great saves so far in this series, but couldn't quite get that one. And a 4-goal lead in the final minute. Things looking all Dignitas here. Another demolition on from Violent Panda.
And
put this one up.
Oh, wait, does he have it?
Yeah, he finds the shot up there in the corner. Mummy Snow on the backboard. Tried to get the clear, but just wasn't enough.
Definitely needed to clear this one off the back wall, or at least catch it. Maybe he was expecting that to come off that top corner and go straight down, and just didn't quite have the right perspective, but always the advantage of position there for the offensive team. It's much easier to track that ball staring at it from the midfield line than right on the goal.
Turbo Pulsar, the absolute madman.
The absolute madman. And he was absolutely correct in this game number, actually entire series. I know he's only gotten 1 assist in this game number 3, but he has been involved in every single goal. Demos, assisting all the goals in games 1 and 2. Turbo Pulsar was by far and away the biggest contributor to the offense here for Dignitas in this first series.
Driving that Maverick. Beautiful play, beautiful car, and a 5-goal lead now with 20 seconds. Dignitas going to get the sweep on FNATIC. What a way to start their season. And Gibbs is going to have to look for 2 different teams to get the wins away from Dignitas because FNATIC couldn't do it.
And credit to FNATIC, you know, they got a couple of chances, but you were seeing exactly why. When Dignitas was first formed, it was the defense that I loved so much about them because they're so tough to score on, and the fact when they first formed, they had all kinds of shots thrown at them in front of the net.